on the state flags of South Dakota and Minnesota. So, South Dakota and her flags. Or I guess I should say, I was not prepared for this. I'm so sorry. So, anyway, South Dakota's flag. It begins in 1909. For 20 years, South Dakota did not have a state flag. We just didn't need one. Reportedly, in 1909, Senator Ernest May of Deadwood came into the Historical Society office. May asked Joanne Robinson about the lack of a flag and was told that a secretary would actually make a flag for him, which she did, Miss McNeil. May liked the design, put it forth into the South Dakota legislature, and eventually, as Bill 208 of that session, it was actually done and made it through, becoming our state flag. And initially, the flag was two-sided. It's common in older flags, but it's a pain to make them. So you had the sun in the middle with an azure background, and then you had the state seal on the back side. At this time, when they first made these flags, they made two. So, the flag would be a variant of this design. There were some different designs involving streamers off the side or changing the color slightly, but for the most part, if you went to South Dakota between 1909 and 1963, it would look like that. I actually want to emphasize the state seal because it is a major part of the state flag. So in 1963, the South Dakota legislature realized it was getting extremely expensive to make a two-sided flag, and so they decided to change it up. The way they did it is they instead put the state seal in the middle of the flag. This is our state seal, and the seal itself depicts numerous things. You have the eastern bank, which is farming. It's kind of hard to tell, but farming, agriculture, while the west side is the Black Hills, industry, and you have the Missouri River splitting it down the middle. You have on the top intersection, under God the people rule, which is South Dakota's motto, and then at the bottom you have the year that we were admitted into the Union. So, ever since then we've had a variation of this design. In '92 we changed it because we wanted to emphasize that we were home to Mount Rushmore. So, literally all we did is we changed it from the Sunshine State to the Rushmore State. The blue is meant to signify that the nice blue skies. In South Dakota, there's roughly 200 sunny days in a year. And the yellow is both the sun itself and agriculture. So, some of the praises of this design are the fact that the seal is meaningful. There's a lot of character looking at the seal itself. It's balanced. You don't have it leaning to one side. You center it, you draw it, or manufacture it, and that's it. You don't have to move it over at all. But critiques of it are the fact that this flag doesn't actually meet the North American Vexillologies Association standards, which is basically 5 rules. Keep it simple. The seal makes it too complex. Meaningful symbolism is met. 2 or 3 basic colors, which it's basic enough, and no lettering or seals, and be distinctive, which it doesn't do because a ton of flags in the Union look like this. So, now with that, we can actually move on to another state, closer state in the northern plains, Minnesota. So, the flag of Minnesota, they went without a flag for 35 years, from 1857 to 1893. The initial state flag was unveiled for the first time at the World's Fair, or Chicago World's Fair. Around the seal, which I will pull up, there used to be, I should say, on these, 19 stars, symbolizing its 19th position in the Union. It has a North Star on it, or I should say, it is a star, which is symbolizing the old name in French, L'Étoile du Nord, or the North Star, because it's very prominent in Minnesota. So, with that, that flag would remain in use for years and years. But again, it suffered the problem South Dakota has, two-sided flag. Makes it extremely expensive to make and reproduce. And even worse for Minnesota, the flag colors weren't the same on the front and back. So, the design was changed in '83, and then they changed the state seal, or not '83, '57. Then in '83, they changed the state seal. So they updated the flag. And then just last year, after over a year of process and debate, they finally chose a new flag, which is a simple 3-color flag. This design has the North Star, 8 points, typical of depicting Polaris. You have the dark blue, which is meant to represent the night sky, but if you notice how it curves in, it kind of looks like the eastern border of Minnesota. And you have the light blue, which signifies their waterways. They're the land of 10,000 lakes. Some of the critiques of, or some of the praises of this is that it removed offensive Native American imagery. Because before, you might not be able to tell very well, but this is a shotgun, or a gun, I should say. And the previous design, this is their last updated seal, it looked worse. So, it stopped that. It was also praised because it's simple, a child can draw it, and it's very distinct. No other flag in the Union has a flag like that. The critiques, though, were that it kind of looked like Somalia's flag, and it ended a 100+ year long design. So, anyway, with that, I was actually able to cover what I wanted to. I hope that you guys can take this information, this way to design flags, this how it connects to community and how it connects to your own state, if you are from a different state. And with that, I hope you can use that to understand your own flag better and the symbolism behind them.